Hello and welcome to Pendle Talks. This is a channel where I talk to my computer about my life experiences and advice and just give general helpy outy stuff. So today I'm talking about the experience of Morocco. It's something I wanted to do. I kind of wanted to do a video diary every day. No, I'm too lazy. So the Morocco experience was a completely different experience to me. It was the first time I had flown. It was the first time out of the EU. So the first thing that I was sort of scared of was, well, not really scared, but more anxious, was the flight. I've never flown before, and people were saying, don't worry, it's just your ear spot. Yeah, my body didn't really like the feeling of taking it off, but by the end it got used to it. The food in the plane was, I thought, was alright. Yeah, it was actually better than my home food. After our flight, we waited in the airport in Casablanca, which was, my god, that was boring. So we played some card games, and I discovered that I kind of like taking risks when it comes to that sort of thing. And as cliched as the life-changing experience sound, that probably did change, because I noticed when I came back I was taking a lot more risks. So when we got into Marrakesh, it was a completely different world. There was loads of people out for the time that we were there. It was like, what, 2 o'clock? I don't know. We got to our hotel and yeah, the expectations were just matching. It was mattresses, kind of beds. I was paranoid that I would get bitten by something. Sleeping backliner all the way across, which was kind of funny. It was really hot. I hardly got any sleep, and when I did get sleep, the bloody 5 o'clock alarm call woke me up. It's this thing in Morocco, I don't quite get it. I'm not being racist. I just don't understand it. At 5 o'clock and 10 o'clock, they just scream Allah or something similar. And it just woke. Even up in the mountains, you could hear it. It was just like, oh, shut up. So on the way to the hotel, I noticed the driving style of Moroccans are, let's just say, they don't have any rules apart from you're meant to be on the right side of the road, and that's about it. A lot of straight roads there, and you know, Morocco in general. I was kind of expecting a different like architecture and all that, but it's very similar to kind of Iraq. So we had our car journey up into the lower Atlas Mountains, where we stayed in a place just a walk away from Asni, and you know, it blew kind of expectations out of the water, because we went in, they had mattresses, they had pillows for us, but there was going to be 16 guys in one room. That would have been hot, and people's mind lit up as soon as they said, you can sleep on the roof. Sleep on the roof. What is he talking about? And I understand that now, because we all slept on the roof, and it was freaking amazing. You could see the stars, and it was so hot that it didn't really matter. You could never do that in the UK. Never done it in the UK, because it's always been like chilly, although it's something I want to do. And there were shooting stars, and I was making my wishes, and I just drifted off into my own little space. It was quite an amazing experience. I would say in the 5 days that I bonded quite well, I did all the games, the murder games. I love the murder game, because everyone knew that it was obviously me, but then I played that it wasn't obviously me. And yeah, deception and taking risks again. Great fun. So the person who had us was called Hassan. He spoke pretty good English, better than I thought it would be, and it was very nice. He spoke to all of us individually. Well, he took us aside and spoke to us individually, but he just casually chatted. He's a nice guy, and he can shimmy like hell. We had a dancing night from the previous video, obviously. Just the realization that they're so happy without like iPads and expensive phones, and well, they do have phones out there. So the food in the first part of the holiday was amazing. It was 5 meals a day. They served this sweet Moroccan tea with everything, which was quite nice, especially the saffron tea. I want to make some of that because it was pretty amazing. Every breakfast we were served this Moroccan sweet Moroccan bread. As a matter of fact, we were served almost every meal with this bread, and they had this really nice honey, and it was just so nice. I wanted to take a jar back, but my funds were running low. So we went into the market one day, and we always went to this cafe, and they must have been so happy because we drank all their fizzy drinks. It was 10 dirham for a cafe, which is like equivalent, it's less than a pound. A pound to drink a cold drink from a cafe. This a Coke was normally 5 dirhams, so what's that? Less than a pound for a normal bottle. So we went into the market, and everyone instantly had a person attached to them. I was lucky enough to have someone who didn't use the guilt trip thing. Oh, I'm so poor, my family needs money. He was just really nice, and he showed me around the market while trying to sell me these necklaces. And then he said, how much do you reckon these are worth? And I went, oh, I don't know, 100 dirham. Why did I say price? Because then he attached to me. I ended up paying 100 dirham, but then I ended up paying 100 dirham for some more, and I said in my mind that I would keep these for souvenirs if I couldn't find anything else for particular people. So yeah, I got sold. I spent about 20 quid on necklaces that probably worth about £1. But it was made in Morocco, and it was a souvenir, and that symbolises the experience. I also got another necklace from Hassan at the end of the thing, which was kind of annoying, so I had 4. So now we go on to the trekking phase, which is where I ate a lot of chocolate. More chocolate than I have probably done in a year, and my mind still hasn't got out of that chocolate craving. I mean, look, freaking chocolate here. It was a walk up a mountain. It was as you expected. We played games, we did talk, but the altitude was eventually getting to, well, I think it was the altitude was eventually giving me like these short bursts of headache. What was annoying while walking up is they had these stands. I was running low on money, and they had these stands with Coke bottles with water running down them. Like, oh, come by me. And I was like, no. So I tried to haggle the Coke bottles down because I was poor, and I could not. But I ended up spending that money on chocolate later anyway, so they got it. They got me. The thing that I haven't spoken about is the charity work that we did. We didn't do much. Basically, we came there and we said, oh, you can't do the beekeeping, you can't do the children, working with children. So we played football with them, we helped out with these tree things, and others built a dam. I helped out with cooking. And yeah, that's all we really did. Can't really report much on that. On the last night, I had this girl, probably about 4. She was obsessed with me. I don't know why. So we walked up the mountain. I started to get altitude sickness. It wasn't a very pleasant experience. It was a lot of walking, and you know, it wasn't the hardest physical challenge that I ever done. We did it in 3 hours 20 minutes, which was actually 40 minutes less than I expected. Going down was painful. The most unbalanced person going down a mountain is just unbelievable. I fell over so much, and it was just, I didn't majorly hurt myself, but it was just just me looking back and just laughing. It's just, oh my god. So the tenting was horrible. We slept in the day because there was nothing else to do. I got a cold because it went from like 50 to 15, and 15 felt like freezing. So that was the mountain. We beat Tukal, obviously. So then we did the journey to Essaouira. Oh my god. I can usually entertain myself on long car journeys by looking at the scenery and whatnot, but this was devoid of life. It was nothing. There was nothing to look at. So I was sitting, staring at nothing while everyone fell asleep. Because I couldn't fall asleep because I was cramped. Essaouira was quite a surprise to all of us. We paid a little bit extra for the hotel, which we struggled to find, and we paid a little bit extra, and we came in and it was just like so amazing. There was showers better than I have at home. These beds, they were comfy, and just the views and the scenery is just. And then we had a meal in this restaurant, and it was just like lit, and it was just, and there was pizza, and pizza tasted so good, even though it was so generic. But 24 hours ago, I was up a mountain, freezing my ass off. Now I'm in the nice beach, touristy Essaouira, and it was like Morocco had gone from. It was more like a Spanish resort, more like touristy and English owned. But then we woke up and we explored Essaouira, and then the Moroccan side came back when we went to the market, which is where I bought my souvenirs. I'm not saying I'm disappointed in this, but I was the only one who wasn't offered drugs in our group. Even Moroccans think I look really young. It's unbelievable. So I bought my things. I had this Nutella crepe, which is a pancake in French. Correct me on that. And it was so nice. Essaouira was a good place. It was. The touristy people on the front were so funny. I got offered 10 camels for me, which apparently is a good rate. Yeah, so we went back to Marrakesh on another boring trip. But that was on an air-conditioned coach rather than a minibus where it was cramped, so I had enough space, and it was air-conditioned, and it was comfy, and it was nice. So we went back to Marrakesh and we explored the souks. So I wasn't overly impressed by the souks until we went and had a meal under the Moroccan stars again. And we had a meal, and to be honest, the main course was horrible. I could not eat it, but the dessert was nice. So, and then we went for ice cream, and that's when the souks sort of exploded with life and snake charmers, and it was just. The souks, I wish we could have spent more time in the night looking around the souks. I got no sleep on the last night due to the heat, and the person I was sharing a double bed with kept freaking kicking me in the night. But overall, I didn't get ill, with the exception of the cold and the altitude sickness. So I'm happy on that front. I got on with everyone, so that's right. And you know, it was a really enjoyable experience. It was kind of a tester to see if I would like this whole travelling thing, and I do like it. And, you know, apart from the fact that I'll be doing a clubbing holiday next year, I will be doing similar stuff to this for my holidays, most definitely. I want to go out and experience the cultures, and I did. The cultures, I experienced the souks, I experienced the Essaouira, I experienced the Berber market, and all their crazy heads and dentists which looks really scary, and getting sold £20 worth of necklaces that you didn't want. So yeah, Morocco Experience, I enjoyed it. And you know, now for a channel plug, if you want advice on anything, if you want me to talk about any particular topic, because I love talking to a computer, I'll do a proper intro video when I do a proper intro video. So this has almost been 20 minutes of me talking to a computer, and I'm going to lose my insanity now. So catch you later.